Hey y'all, just making this video to kind of give an idea or document what deep litter looks like. This has been in here, well, total of about 3 years, but this is just built on and built on and built on with a variety of materials. This back section of the coop here was built on this year. So the litter there is relatively new, but it doesn't matter because it's all mixed in with the old, new. But this will just give you an idea. I want to take a fork and just kind of lift some up for you, let you see the texture. I'll try to bring some up close to the camera and let you see what materials are in there. And this is the area right underneath my roost. Now this morning I've already kind of just lightly turned in some of the feces there, but you'll probably see them turn back up when I kind of lift it with the fork. But usually I can turn those in about every other day, and when I come back to turn again, the feces are pretty well gone, dispersed, scattered, whatever. Either the bugs come up in the mix because it's nice and warm here and consume those, or it just gets disseminated amongst the litter as the chickens scratch or whatever. But it makes for a nice evenly distributed nitrogen in the mix. So I'll get a couple forks of this right now and let you guys see what it's like. You can see pretty much looks like, well, leaf mold, dirt. When the materials all break down, leaves, little bits of straw and hay and pine shavings. And underneath this area was I had first put down some sawdust, which was a big mistake, but I'm not regretting it too much now. You can see it's kind of made itself right, but it's a nice fluffy mix. The chickens can move it easily because the particles are all different sizes. They don't get matted down. We get down a little deeper, you can see some of the moisture at the lower levels cause a little bit of that clumping and caking that you see there, but that's all good. As long as that moisture stays in the lower levels, that's going to help that decompose. And that's generally what happens. The moisture gets wicked into the bottom levels, and the top stays pretty dry. So the chickens have pretty dry footing to walk around on. You'll see feathers and deer hair and everything else in there. Anything that I rake out in the yard and see fit to put some variety into this. Twigs, and that right there is what working, decomposing litter looks like. I'll lift this up and kind of show you the coop this is in. There's some big windows there that can be lifted up and allow a lot of airflow in. There's a window back here that can be lifted up in the back as well, and over here. Now this is just a hoop coop, so it's just got tarp on the roof, and where it's been intersected and joined in, there's some leaking, some moisture coming in. To a lot of people, oh, leaky coop, that's bad, but for my deep litter, I really like it. Sometimes it gets too dry in here, and that moisture is needed for it to decompose. And I've noticed where the moisture comes in along the sides here, that's the part where the chickens really start digging. After heavy rain, they'll be digging in those areas, and I feel like that's where the worms come up and the bugs come up, because the nutrients start to leach out into the ground when it gets real wet, and it kind of just draws them in. So, as you can see, they find things to peck and eat out in there. Stray pieces of feed, small bugs, and keeps them busy. They keep the place pretty well tossed. This winter, I have, to avoid freezing in this trough, I've been putting their fermented feed right in the litter. And ordinarily I wouldn't do that, but man, it kept it from freezing, and it really got this litter tossed for them looking for all the feed particles. And so now that it's warmer, I'm putting them back in the trough, and then I'm continuing to put some on the litter itself, just for that good purpose of them. She's going to dig a hole in China there. She's found herself something to eat. But that is another benefit of this deep litter. And you know, it all smells right underneath the roost there. It just smells like dirt. There's no smell of feces there. Got some good ventilation here up at the roof line. On both ends I have these big gaps. Ventilation is really important. I can't stress that enough. I've got the pop door open. That's open all the time. It never closes, no matter how cold the weather gets. And you come around here, and this front half here, I had a feed sack sort of on that when we had below zero, in the teens, below zero, just to kind of keep some of the breeze out. But normally that's just open as can be. And over here, up at the roof, and down here I've got another pop door I use in the warmer months. But all of this can be opened up, and this tarp, of course, and when it gets warmer, all the sides will be completely open as well. And those tarps will be lifted up, so you get a lot of good cross breezing in here. And also, yeah, you get more moisture from the rain. The humidity comes in, and it really helps all this decompose. So it's a win-win situation. But for the people on the forum, I thought maybe you guys would like to see just how this works, what it looks like. I'll kind of zoom in here. See, it's just twigs and leaves and shavings and a little bit of straw. And they'll probably use that to dust in here later. They found themselves a nice deep hole. Anyway, that's deep litter. Just wanted to put that out there. I'll probably put it up on YouTube, let other people see what we mean by cultivated composting deep litter. I'll be using some of that this year to side dress some plants in the garden, and it'll all be good. Alright, there you go, folks.